This is Bx11 to Longwood West Farms Southern Boulevard. Next stop, Broadway and West 179th Street. Transfers available to M5, M5 Limited, M4 and M100. This stop is Broadway and West 179th Street. Next stop, West 181st Street and Wadsworth Avenue. Transfer available to Bx36 Limited. This stop is West 181st Street and Wadsworth Avenue. Next stop, West 181st Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. Transfers available to M3, M100 and M98 Limited. This stop is West 181st Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. Next stop, West 181st Street and Amsterdam Avenue. Transfer available to M100. This stop is West 181st Street and Amsterdam Avenue. Next stop, Ogden Avenue and University Avenue. Transfers available to Bx3, Bx36, Bx35 and Bx36 Limited. This stop is Ogden Avenue and University Avenue. Next stop, Ogden Avenue and West 171st Street. This stop is Ogden Avenue and West 171st Street. Next stop, Ogden Avenue and West 169th Street. This stop is Ogden Avenue and West 169th Street. Next stop, West 168th Street and Nelson Avenue. This stop is West 168th Street and Nelson Avenue. Next stop, Woody Crest Avenue and West 168th Street. This stop is Woody Crest Avenue and West 168th Street. Next stop, Shakespeare Avenue and West 169th Street. This stop is Shakespeare Avenue and West 169th Street. Next stop, West 170th Street and Edward L. Grant Highway. This stop is West 170th Street and Edward L. Grant Highway. Next stop, West 170th Street and Jerome Avenue. Transfers available to the 4 train, Bx32 and Bx18. This stop is West 170th Street and Jerome Avenue. Next stop, East 170th Street and Walton Avenue. Transfer available to Bx18. This stop is East 170th Street and Walton Avenue. Next stop, East 170th Street and Grand Concourse. Transfers available to the B&D trains, Bx1, Bx1 Limited, Bx18 and Bx2. This stop is East 170th Street and Grand Concourse. Next stop, East 170th Street and Morris Avenue. This stop is East 170th Street and Morris Avenue. Next stop, East 170th Street and Finley Avenue. This stop is East 170th Street and Finley Avenue. Next stop, East 170th Street and Clay Avenue. This stop is East 170th Street and Clay Avenue. Next stop, Clay Avenue and East 171st Street. This stop is Clay Avenue and East 171st Street. Next stop, Claremont Parkway and Webster Avenue. Transfers available to Bx41 and Bx41 SBS. This stop is Claremont Parkway and Webster Avenue. Next stop, Claremont Parkway and Washington Avenue. This stop is Claremont Parkway and Washington Avenue. Next stop, Claremont Parkway and 3rd Avenue. Transfers available to Bx15 and Bx15 Limited. This stop is Claremont Parkway and 3rd Avenue. Next stop, Claremont Parkway and Cortona Avenue. Transfer available to Bx17. This stop is Claremont Parkway and Cortona Avenue. Next stop, Claremont Parkway and Boston Road. This stop is Claremont Parkway and Boston Road. Next stop, Lewis 9 Boulevard and East 170th Street. This stop is Lewis 9 Boulevard and East 170th Street. Next stop, Jennings Street and Southern Boulevard. Transfer available to Bx19. This stop is Jennings Street and Southern Boulevard. Next stop, Jennings Street and Howe Avenue. Transfer available to Bx27. This stop is Jennings Street and Howe Avenue. Next stop, Jennings Street and Longfellow Avenue. This stop is Jennings Street and Longfellow Avenue. Next stop, West Farms Road and Boone Avenue. This stop is West Farms Road and Boone Avenue. Next stop, West Farms Road and Longfellow Avenue. This stop is West Farms Road and Longfellow Avenue. Next stop, West Farms Road and Bryant Avenue. Transfers available to Bx35 and Bx27. This stop is West Farms Road and Bryant Avenue. Next stop, West Farms Road and Viss Avenue. This stop is West Farms Road and Viss Avenue. Next stop, West Farms Road and Howe Avenue. Transfers available to the 2 and 5 trains, Bx19, Bx35, Bx4, Bx4A and Bx27. This stop is West Farms Road and Howe Avenue. This is Bx11 to Longwood West Farms Road Southern Boulevard. Please exit through the rear door.